Hey guys! Yesterday we were introduced to the 8 parts of speech. You watched a video that I talked about and gave lots of examples for each parts of our speech, and you also did a vocabulary to further identify and understand what the 8 parts are. So this week, we're now going to look at parts specifically in our sentences. Because parts of speech being the words that we say or the words that we write, are in sentences. So let's find the parts today. Our parts can be nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, adjectives, prepositions, conjunctions, or interjections. If you might not remember what each of those are, you can go to our slides from yesterday. I linked them right from our website. So in our writing page, the video for our slides is right in the middle. So if you're like, wait, I don't remember what a conjunction is. Oops, I'm going to go back because it went ahead of me. I'm going to click on conjunction. And remember, oh yeah, conjunction are the words that put sentences together, like for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Oh yeah, now I remember. And then at any time you can come back and get ready to go. Our labels are going to be circles. So you'll notice there is a circle for every part of our 8 parts of speech. Now we need to figure out in this sentence, where do we see our parts of speech? Our sentence is, Richard gave me one of his extra rotten, weasel-eyed, greeny-toothed grins. Well, I know Richard is a person. So if I think of my parts of speech, I know a noun means a person. So I'm going to go back to my labels, highlight noun. I can push Control-C, which is the shortcut to copy, or I can right-click and push copy. But I need to pick up noun. Bring it back to my sentence and Control-V to paste, or right-click and paste. This is a little big right now, so I'm going to resize it, and I'm going to plop it right above my noun in my sentence. Richard is a person, which is a type of noun. Richard gave. Well, gave is an action. When I give something to somebody, I am doing something. So I know that a verb is the part of speech that means action. So I'm going to go back, identify verb, right-click, or Control-C to copy. Back to my sentence, Control-V to paste, or again, I can right-click and go to paste. I'm going to resize my circle so it's not as big, and move my V above gave. So far, I have a noun and a verb in my sentence. Richard gave me. Well, me is a pronoun because instead of saying Richard gave Miss Sawtelle, me replaces the name of a noun, which makes it a pronoun. Back to my labels, find pronoun, Control-C, Control-V, make it a little bit smaller, and stick it above my me. Richard gave me. Richard gave me one. It's a number. It's not a person, place, or thing because it doesn't name a thing. I don't know one is. So I don't think that's anything. So I'm going to skip that one because I don't think that's a person, place, or thing. It's not an action. It's not the position of something because it's a number. All right, moving on. Richard gave me one of. Well, of is definitely not a person, place, or thing. It's not an action word. It doesn't describe anything. It's not a position of, like that doesn't tell me like where something is. I don't think that's anything either. Richard gave me one of his. Ooh, his is a pronoun because instead of saying Richard made me one of Richard's extra rotten. His replaces his name. So I know that's a pronoun. Back to my labels, pronoun, Control-C, Control-V. And I'm going to stick my pronoun right here. Right above it. All right, 2 pronouns, a noun, and a verb. Moving on. Richard gave me one of his extra rotten. That is a good describing word. Like thinking of a smile, a grin that's extra rotten. There's definitely sneakiness going on. So extra rotten is a type of adjective because an adjective is describing what that smile or that grin looks like. Back to adjective, Control-C, Control-V. This one, you'll notice the hyphen or the dash in the middle, so that means this is one word. So I can put this above, I don't know, maybe I'll put it above the dash so I know it's both of those words together. mean an adjective, a describing word. Richard gave me one of his extra rotten. Weasel-eyed. Ooh, weasel-eyed is even more mischievous. Weasel-eyed is when it's kind of very sneaky and he's trying to be a little bit cunning or getting into trouble. So weasel-eyed is further describing that smile. So describing is an adjective. Control C. Control V. Make it a little smaller and stick it above that hyphen because they're both weasel-eyed as a way to describe. Richard gave me one of his extra rotten. Weasel-eyed, greeny. Greeny is a color. So it's again describing what it looks like, which is an adjective. So Control C, Control V, make it a little smaller and stick it above. Richard gave me one of his extra rotten. Weasel-eyed, greeny, toothed grins. Toothed grin is a thing. So when you smile and you have all your teeth right there, it's a grin. So adjective is telling me that he's smiling. It could be a greeny lipped grin. You know when you smile and your lips don't come apart? That's a different type of smile. So toothed is a way to describe more about what that grin is. So Control C, Control V with an adjective because it's describing that smile as toothed. So you can envision all his teeth are showing in like a rotten way, not like a big excited way, but in like way. And then a grin is a type of smile, which is a thing. A smile is a thing. Person, place, or thing or idea is a noun. So back to pick up a noun, Control C and Control V. So you'll notice in my sentence, right now, every word doesn't have a label. One and of, I'm not really quite sure what those are because they're not a person, place, or thing or idea. They're not an action word. They don't describe. There's not a position. It's not a fan voice for conjunction like for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so. And it's definitely not a wow, like an interjection. So, yep, I'm skipping those two. I really don't think they are anything yet. Pronoun, extra rotten is an adjective. Weasel-eyed is an adjective. Greeny, adjective. Toothed, adjective. And grin is a noun. So you'll notice every word does not have a label, but most of them do, because these things are parts of speech. They are part of the sentences we say and write. Good job today, guys. I will show you another one tomorrow, and then you'll be able to put your dots on a sentence on Thursday.